Unexpected champion. The setting sun cast long shadows across the cracked pavement of the Pinewood gas station. Zara Thompson pulled her midnight blue sedan next to pump number 3, exhaustion evident in her shoulders. The 12-hour drive from Chicago to her grandmother's home in rural Tennessee had taken more out of her than expected. She stepped out, stretching her arms high above her head, her dark skin glowing with a copper hue in the fading light. Just need to fill up, grab some coffee, and push through these last 50 miles, Zara muttered to herself, running a hand over her tight curls. The station stood isolated along Highway 40, surrounded by dense woods. A flickering neon sign buzzed overhead, and country music drifted from speakers mounted near the convenience store entrance. Zara inserted her credit card, watching the numbers climb as she filled her tank. She noticed 3 pickup trucks parked at the far end of the lot, their drivers eyeing her with unmistakable hostility. Zara took a deep breath. Being the only black face for miles wasn't new to her. Growing up in the South before moving to Chicago had taught her when to keep her guard up. She finished pumping, replaced the nozzle, and walked toward the store, keeping her posture tall and confident despite the prickling sensation between her shoulder blades. The convenience store door chimed as Zara entered. The cashier, a lanky teenager with acne-spotted cheeks, barely glanced up from his phone. She headed straight for the coffee machine, selecting the largest cup available. The bell chimed again. Heavy footsteps approached from behind. Well. Looks like someone took a wrong turn, a gravelly voice sneered. Zara turned slowly. 3 men blocked her path to the register. The leader, a bulky man with a faded Confederate flag tattoo on his forearm, stood with arms crossed. 2 others flanked him, a tall, gaunt man with yellowed teeth and another shorter but muscular, with a shaved head gleaming under the fluorescent lights. No wrong turn. Just passing through, Zara replied evenly, reaching for the coffee pot. The leader, who wore a worn trucker cap with the name Rex stitched across it, stepped closer. Your kind ain't welcome here. This is Tucker County. We keep things traditional. I'm just getting coffee and leaving, Zara stated firmly, pouring her drink with a steady hand despite her racing heart. Rex knocked the cup from her grasp. Hot coffee splashed across the floor. Oops, he mocked, his companions snickering behind him. The cashier pretended not to notice, suddenly fascinated by something under the counter. That was unnecessary, Zara said, her voice tight with controlled anger. I don't want trouble. Should have thought about that before you drove through our town, the gaunt man spat, moving to block her exit route. Maybe we should teach you about respecting boundaries. Rex shoved a shelf of chips, sending packages cascading to the floor. Clean it up, he demanded, pointing at the mess. His friends laughed cruelly, forming a tighter circle around Zara. I'm leaving now, Zara announced, her jaw clenched as she attempted to push past them. The bald man grabbed her wrist, squeezing hard. Not until we say so. Right, boys? The cashier finally spoke up, his voice cracking. Please take it outside. My manager will. Shut it, Tommy. Rex barked without turning around. Or your daddy will hear how you let outsiders disrespect our town. Zara felt her training kick in, the familiar calm before a storm. Her breathing steadied as she assessed the situation. 3 aggressive men, 1 passive witness, no visible weapons. The exits were blocked, and help wasn't coming. Her phone was in her car. The security camera in the corner had a cracked lens, likely non-functional. Last chance, she warned, her voice dropping to a dangerous whisper. Let me walk out of here. Rex moved closer, his breath hot on her face. Or what? You gonna call for help? Ain't nobody gonna come for you here. Zara's posture shifted subtly, weight balanced on the balls of her feet, shoulders relaxed, hands loose at her sides. A transformation visible only to those who knew what to look for. You know, she said calmly, my coach always said prejudice makes people sloppy fighters. Makes them underestimate their opponents. The gaunt man snorted. What you talking about, girl? Zara smiled, not friendly, but predatory. I'm Zara Thompson. Three-time Midwest Regional MMA champion. Current rank, number 6 in women's bantamweight division. Fighting out of Southside Gym, Chicago. Rex's face twisted with confusion, then disbelief. You expect us to believe that? Some fancy made-up title? Zara's eyes flicked to the store television mounted above the register. As if on cue, a sports channel highlight reel showed a replay of last month's championship. The cashier's eyes widened in recognition. Holy shit, he whispered. That's her. That's Black Lightning. The bald man's grip on her wrist loosened slightly. Zara used that moment of hesitation, her voice deadly calm as she addressed Rex directly. I spent 8 years learning how to defeat men twice my size. I don't want to hurt you. But I will defend myself. Make your choice. Rex lunged forward with a roar, swinging a meaty fist toward Zara's face. Time seemed to slow. Zara sidestepped with practiced precision, the punch missing her by inches. In one fluid motion, she trapped his extended arm, pivoted her hip, and used his own momentum to send him crashing into a rack of energy drinks. Cans exploded across the floor, spraying colorful liquid in all directions. The gaunt man charged next. Zara dropped low, sweeping her leg in a perfect arc that connected behind his knees. His legs buckled, and he fell hard, skull cracking against the linoleum with a sickening thud. He lay still, groaning. The bald man pulled a knife from his pocket, the blade catching the fluorescent light. You're dead, he snarled, slashing wildly. Zara's movements were economical, almost beautiful in their efficiency. She dodged the first slash, blocked the second with her forearm against his wrist. The knife clattered to the ground. Before he could react, she delivered a lightning-fast combination, elbow to solar plexus, palm strike to chin, knee to groin. Each impact made a distinct sound, a percussion of pain. He collapsed, curling into a fetal position. Rex was struggling to his feet, blood trickling from his nose. Zara moved toward him with the confident swagger of a champion entering the ring. She feinted left, then delivered a perfect roundhouse kick that connected with his jaw. The crack echoed through the store. Rex spun halfway around before dropping face first to the floor, unconscious before he landed. The entire fight had lasted less than 20 seconds. Zara stood unscathed, breathing evenly amidst the wreckage of bodies and merchandise. The only sound was the low hum of refrigeration units and a country song still playing through the speakers. That, she said to no one in particular, is why you don't judge people by the color of their skin. The store door burst open. An older man in a sheriff's uniform entered, hand on his holster. His eyes widened as he surveyed the scene. 3 men sprawled across the floor, a knife near the counter, and Zara standing calmly in the center. I got a call about a disturbance, he said cautiously. Tommy, what happened here? The cashier, still wide-eyed, pointed at the screen. Sheriff Davis, that's Zara Thompson. The MMA fighter. These guys were harassing her, and she defended herself. I saw everything. The sheriff's expression changed as he recognized Zara from the television. He nodded slowly, removing his hand from his weapon. Ms. Thompson, he said, his tone respectful, I apologize for the welcome you received in our county. These 3 have been trouble for years. He gestured to the men. I'll need a statement, but there'll be no charges against you. Self-defense is clear. 2 hours later, Zara pulled into her grandmother's driveway. The porch light illuminated the elderly woman waiting in a rocking chair. As Zara stepped out, her grandmother smiled knowingly. You're late, child. Trouble on the road? Zara smiled, the tension finally leaving her shoulders. Nothing I couldn't handle, Grandma. The next morning, the local paper ran the headline, MMA champion teaches lesson in respect at Pine Creek gas station. Beside it was a photo of Zara in the ring, fist raised in victory. The subtitle read, Sheriff plans community discussion on racism after incident. Sometimes justice came in unexpected ways, Zara thought, as she sat with her grandmother on the porch, sipping sweet tea in the morning sun.